The night was really silent, save for the distant soul of a dog. The dim lights flickered inside the insulated cottage where a 23-year-old florist was pacing nervously. She had only stepped outside her small shop in the countryside to close the shutter when someone grabbed her from behind, a cloth pressed against her nose. When she woke up, her wrists were tied and her heart was pounding, and that's when she saw him, Jian Changku. The face every news channel, every newspaper, every flashing red alert had warned about the most wanted criminal in South Korean, armed, dangerous, merciless. And now, inches away from her, he was crouched beside her, watching her like a predator eyeing its prey. His jet black hair fell over his sharp eyes, and the tattoo peeking from his neck sent a cold shiver down her spine. Why am here? Gwen stammered, trying to push back, the tears swelling up in her eyes. You saw something you should not have, Jungkook said flatly at the wrong time, wrong place. Bad luck, sweetheart. I did not see anything, I swear. Jungkook leaned closer, his voice stark. Lying is not cute. I don't like liars. Vian's message was suffocating but terrifying her most was the way he stared at her like she saw something fragile, something breakable. This was when was trapped in that cottage, her every move fast. He did not touch her, not at first, but he made it clear she was not going anywhere. Food apart like magic. Her brushes was twisted, her clothes changed, but she was always watched. And then came the stormy night. Jungkook returned after 3 days, shirt soaked with blood. She saw the fire in his eyes, the shadow of something broken. He sat in front of the fireplace, chest rising and feeling. They killed my brother, he muttered to himself, and here to speak. I'm sorry. He looked up sharply. Why I know what it's like to lose someone. His gaze softened for a moment and hardened again. I need something from you, he said suddenly when heart dropped. What? I need to feel something real. Even for a night, you are going to give it to me. She froze. She won. His eyes bought into hers. Yes, he trembled. You're forcing me. I'm not giving you a choice. Tears falling down her cheeks, but Junko did not move. Instead, she whispered, But I won't hurt you. Not if you don't fight me. Jacob untitled her wrist slowly. His hands were rough but gentle, shaking slightly when said. Motion was hard hammering. She had so no weapons, no escape. And yet when he reached for her, it was not with violence, it was desperation. His fingers brushed her cheek. You're soft, he whispered, almost surprised. I forget what sort felt like. She flickered when he touched her lips. I won't hurt you when I swear on my brother's grave. He kissed her slowly, hesitantly, like someone who did not know how. Her tears touched his lips, and somehow that made him stop. He leaned his forehead against her. You are crying, he said holly. What did you expect? I don't know, he confessed. She looked into his eyes. They were not just dark, they were lonely. That night he made love. To her it was not rough or angry. It was raw. His fingers traced her like she was porcelain. He whispered her name like a prayer, and violent trembling beneath him. Did not fight, maybe out of fear, maybe because something inside her broke too. Afterward, he lay beside her, his face buried in her hair. I have killed people, he said suddenly. I have done things I can't trace. She stayed silent. But tonight I felt human again. You did that. She wanted to hate him, wanted to scream, but instead her voice came out small. Then stop running. Turn yourself in. He shook his head. They won't forgive me, but maybe you will. They changed into a strong routine. Jungkook did not change her anymore. She cooked her, fixed the broken door. They shared stories of being betrayers. Finally, that Jungkook was not born a monster. He was made into one by betrayal or she survived, and Jungkook's friend that one was not just a victim. She was a strong, brave than me. One evening, he came to her with the decision, I am leaving tomorrow. She froze. What do you mean? I can't let them find me with you. They will kill you just for being near me. And what about you? He smiled weakly. Maybe I deserve to be catched. No, she shouted. He cupped her face. Don't cry. You saved what was left of my soul. Let me come with you. She whispered. He shook his head. You don't belong. In darkness, morning came too quickly. Jungkook stood by the door, bags flung over his shoulder. Take this, he said, handing her a phone. It has only one number, mine. If I make it out alive, I will call you. Oyen gripped his hand. You better call me, Jungkook. He smirked. You are bossy, you are mine, she whispered, cheeks red. He leaned in and kissed her slow, deep like a promise, and then he vanished into the woods. Vian returns to her small town. She responds to her flower shop. Life moved on, but her heart stayed back in that cottage. No calls, no messages, no Jungkook, until one rainy evening the bell above the shop door rang. She turned around and there he was. Grinch Badgered, tired but alive, she promised. She whispered, voice creaking, I kept it, he said, stepping closer. They catch me, I turn myself in, I serve time under a different name for the lesser crimes. Tears spilled from her eyes as he pulled her into his own. I came back for you, she said him tightly. This time you are not leaving, never again. They moved to a quiet town by the sea. Jungkook worked as a mechanic, slowly rebuilding his life. Ryan ran a small flower stall by the beach. They slept beside each other every night. No more chains, no more fears, only healing and love born from the darkest of places. The end.